start this over. Welcome back, butterflies, to another episode of Let's Talk About It, The Becoming. If you are a new butterfly here, my name is Andresia, and in this live, it is a safe space. We talk about things that help with our healing, growing, and glowing to become a new butterfly. Today's topic is going to be about what is your mission in this season? Now, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share to another butterfly, and let's talk about it. All right, first we're going to discuss what is a mission. So, a mission is not a title, it's your divine assignment. Something that is just eating away in your heart. You can't rest from it. It's just constantly just sticking at you, poking at you, and you just can't, it just never settles. Your mission is not a job, it's not a role, it's not a relationship, or it's not what people call you. It's specifically tied to your divine assignment. Titles change, assignments don't. Now, it can be um, it could be anything. It could be what you're called to do, um, who you're called to lead. Um, Things that, like I said, are not a job that just is like given to you or, over a title. A mission is what you're sent to do in a specific season. And you want to try to calm everything around you and put yourself in isolation for preparation so you'll know what to do with that mission in that season. If your mission keeps pulling at your spirit, is poking at you, then you need to get up and act. I know some of y'all think like, well, I just don't know. I don't know what feeling it is. I know, or you gonna say, I feel it, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's when you're gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to turn that phone off, turn that music off, leave the club, you know what I'm saying? Like wherever you going to do and say you going to do instead and just sit there and pray and ask God, what does he have for you? Your mission will cost you your comfort. It is not a comfortable thing to do. It will stretch you in ways that you never knew you could be stretched. It's like when my husband tried to put my legs back, I'm like, oh, whoa, wait, hey, wait, hey, I can do that, wait. It's like that. It requires obedience, sacrifice, discipline, and separation. Remember, isolation equals preparation. Your mission will interrupt your plans. Anything that you think you got going on, you about to do. Your mission gonna be like, yeah, nah, not in this season. Hi, I'm sorry. Tonight, I'm talking about what is your mission. Your mission. Sorry, I got my Invisaligns in. Your mission in this season. I did have it listed, but of course, like my last live from last week, the other day, it messed up. So that's what we're talking about. It's going to cost you your mission will cost you your plans. It'll cost you your comfort. And a lot of times it'll cost you your relationship. Because what I'm realizing is that as you're growing towards your purpose and you're becoming, a lot of people are not growing with you. They're staying the same. And when you got something to do, you have to be obedient. When you got a mission for your purpose, you have to be obedient. You can't sit back and just be like, well, my wife, she doesn't want me to go, but I don't know what else to do, or my kids need this. And you just can't sit back and wait. You have to go forward. Excuse me, I did write some notes down because I be getting a little flustered sometimes. Another thing about your mission is that it's bigger than you and it's not about you. Just like your gifts. You may be talented and all across the board, but your talent is for you to share with other people. Sometimes we like to think that everything that we do is related to us because we don't have a context behind it. We like, why? Well, this must be something that God is calling me to do because something I did or something He feels needs to be done that I didn't do. But it's not about you. It's bigger than you. It's not about a success. It's tied to your legacy, your impact, and people. Like, you have to be able to do what you came to do on this earth before it's late. Before it's too late. Have you ever felt like it was a weight on you and you couldn't get it off and you was restless and you ain't nothing going wrong? You're not stressed. You're not tired. Marriage is good. Relationship is good. Kids is good. You got promotion in your job, but it's just a heavy spirit on you. That's your mission calling you. And again, how do you find your mission? You pray, you meditate. Whatever it is that you do to put yourself in isolation, that's what you do to get the mission that's called for you. And missions are actually season specific. It's not something that's your mission today won't be your mission by the end of the year or next year. It don't last. It's tied specifically to a season. And you can have one purpose, but many missions. Like my purpose that I feel for this lifetime is to guide lost souls back to Christ, back to God. That's just my personal opinion. You say, how? Why? Why would you think that? Because so many of us are lost. And we're not lost because God isn't real, but we're lost because of the religion and the control and how people really treat you. And so if I could be the light that people need to see in the world, that's what I'm going to be. That's what I do. But it's genuine. It's not forced. It's not bought. It was instilled in me before I even came to this world. So, but through my purpose comes many mission. This is a mission, talking about different topics. How I show up for my husband and I try to help him with his healing. That's a mission. Me going to therapy so I'm able to fulfill my purpose because I can't fulfill nothing if I'm not right. That's a mission. But you have to be careful because just because God called you don't mean you're supposed to have a mission with anything and everybody. For example, you know how people be needing help and you think it's your job, your mission to help them. God don't call you to help everybody. And sometimes because we are offering help, we become drained because we're pouring out of our cup. Sometimes we don't have anything left in our cup, but we're constantly trying to give something we don't have. Also, we could be interrupting the lesson God is trying to teach them. We're quick to want to pick up other people's anchors. I had to deal with that like within myself, even recently, even within my family dynamic with my own family. I said, I'm not picking up the anchors. I'm not picking up the anchors. And what did I do? Pick up the freaking anchor. And I was upset with myself afterwards because it drained me. I didn't have anything to give out of my cup toward that situation because it wasn't for me to give in. It wasn't my mission. It wasn't my responsibility. It wasn't my business. And I inserted myself. And so that's why I said you have to be careful about which mission you're picking up. See, if you don't listen or, be obedient and pray and meditate, you'll be out here picking up everybody's mission. You be out here you be thinking that, oh, I'm called to do this and I'm called to do that. And God looking at you like, I ain't called you to do any of that. Hold on now. I just called you to sit there and be cute and look pretty. Like you over here trying to get into the mud. Ain't nobody tell you to get into the mud, baby girl. Ain't nobody tell you to drag yourself out like that. We have to understand that we can't help everybody. My therapist tells me this. She said, baby, you don't want to have that Jesus on the cross syndrome. Well, I need to save this person. I need to save that person. She said, he already died for our sins. That's done. Leave that alone. Leave that where that's at. Because I always found myself trying to put it as my mission to do things that God never had me to do. And I always felt drained at the end or unappreciated or felt like I wasted my time. Like if you had those feelings after you do things, that's because it was never your mission. Never. I don't care who it is, family, friends, spouse, whoa, whoever. If it drains you, it's not for you. It's not your purpose. It's not your calling. It's not anything. Thank you, pretty. We have to be obedient. And when we're not obedient, and this is not to religion, this is your own personal relationship, your spirituality with God. Forget religion, spirituality, relationship. If you're not obedient to what he's saying, then you end up messed up. That little voice you hear in yourself, I call that voice spirit. Because I speak to my spirit, I talk to my spirit. I mean, the same thing word, right? Speak, talk, speak. I feed my spirit. I listen to my spirit. Yesterday, when I chose to pick up an anchor that wasn't mine, spirit said don't. And you know how I know it said don't? Because every time I got into that group chat to text, I end up deleting it because spirit said don't send that. Don't you get involved. Don't say Nathaniel. Nothing. Nathan's hot dogs. Don't do it. I'm like, okay, spirit, you're right. That's not my mission. That's not my mission. That's not my lesson to learn either. So I delete. The next thing you know, I'm back in the group chat texting. Spirit, like, did I tell you to delete that? That's not your mission. Leave it alone. Cool. And I sat back and I was like, I don't say nothing. But my blood was boiling. And then I get a call. And that just triggered. And spirit sent back like, okay, let's see how you gonna feel after this. And when it was over and done, I felt super drained. And I ain't talking about drained, just like tired. I mean, so drained that I feel like I couldn't even speak. I felt like I couldn't listen. I felt like just burnt out within minutes. And that's because it wasn't my mission. And Charles, I agree with you as well too. So that's why I said you have to be careful. Also, when you're being called in your mission, you have to release some things because everybody and everything can't go. You have to be ready to release. You can't carry the old with the new. And that includes yourself. You can't carry your old self with your new self. And think that you're going to be able to fulfill your mission. Some things are just not meant to go to accomplish. Like me, for example, to share something deeper. The person I used to be. Like okay, so when I used to strip, right? I wouldn't say strip because I didn't take off my clothes. I just put my bra and panties on and that was it. You want to give me $1. But when I used to dance, that version of me, that low vibrational, that I'm not gonna say I didn't love myself. I'm gonna say I didn't love myself as much to be the woman I am today. And I was doing what I had to do. And that person right there couldn't fulfill the mission that I'm doing today. Because if God give you something prematurely, you can possibly sabotage it or destroy it because you're not ready. The analogy has always been told to me, you don't give steak to a baby. You give it to an adult, and you give a baby milk because they're not ready. It's premature. If you do, they can choke. Same thing with your mission. Same thing with your blessings. If you give anything to a person who is not ready prematurely, they're going to sabotage it or destroy it. So it is very important that you let go of multiple things in order to fulfill your mission. Also, control is one of the major things that we have to let go. A lot of people don't like to let go of control. I was one of them. I'm still learning how to let go of things that I cannot control in order to fulfill my purpose and my missions. Because mind you, what I said earlier, you're going to have one purpose and multiple missions. So I had to release control. Now I'm doing better at it. It's some things that I'm still trying to control, like my children. They're getting older. They graduate this year. They go to college in August. I'm still trying to navigate, not out of a sense of I didn't do a good job or they don't know what they're doing, just out of a sense of I'm just a mama. I'm a mama bear. I'm not afraid of them going into the world. I'm afraid of what the world would do to them. But I have to let go. I have to release. I have to release in order for them to fulfill their missions, because they can't be under my control for forever. Charles, I can agree with that. But even people who don't feel like their life as it is as important or big, we still have missions. We always sent here on earth to fulfill purpose with our many missions. All of us. And before God shows up next, before God shows you what he wants you to do next, he shows you what you haven't done. Let me say it again. Before God shows you what he wants you to do next, he shows you what you have not done. So in order for you to get things done, in order for you to get to the next, you have to make sure that level is completed. It's like playing a video game. I'm 37, so back then we played Sega. We couldn't get to the next level of Sega if Sonic didn't get all those coins and hop and jump and didn't die. Same thing with your mission. You can't get to the next mission until you complete the one you're on, the level you're on. We be so quick to try to rush. We're always trying to rush. We're trying to rush. Oh, I got to do this. I'm going to do this. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. And rushing gets us nowhere. Rushing has us coming back to do it again, messing up, delaying what's next, all types of things, not fulfilling the mission at hand. You don't want to fail at your mission. You ever think about like being in the military and they be like, mission failed. We got to go do it again. We got to find a way to hit the target because we failed the last time. Same thing with your calling, with what you're doing in your season. You don't continue to learn that lesson over and over until you get it right. You don't continue to do that mission over and over until you get it right. Listen. So, also, when it comes to your mission, it's not what makes sense to other people. It's what makes sense to your spirit. Not even to you, not even to your flesh, to your spirit. Your spirit would know what your next mission is. How again? How, you guys? How? Through prayer or meditation. Whatever you do, if you pray, that's how you'll find out. If you meditate, it'll come to you. But you have to listen to that inner voice in you and understand your body when something is pulling at it. Because it's not really pulling at your flesh, it's pulling at your spirit. No, because it's a thing between religious and spiritual, in my opinion. Religion is law. Religion is control. Spiritual relationship is you and God. Religion say you must do this, and I'm speaking to Charles. You must do this to have this, while relationship is already done. Religion is you must dress like this because we're viewing your external. Relationship is I don't care what you look like when you're external because I'm viewing your internal. I'm viewing your heart. Because I don't see God as we were taught to see him. I see him in the spiritual form, in the connection of our relationship. I don't see him what man said he is. I see him what he has came and spoke to me and showed me that he is. That's why I speak of him in that way. But that's just my personal relationship. Everybody has their own walk, their own personal relationship, and their own beliefs. No, it doesn't cause conflict. Anything cause conflict. Actually, yes, anything cause conflict. Yes, it will cause conflict to a person that this message is not for. My channel is not for everybody. Who I am is not for everybody. What I say is not for everybody. And I'm not here to debate that. Just like, for example, some people like Trump, some people don't. That's a whole debate right there. We're all human. We all have free will and free choice to think. So if people don't like what I say on my channel, they don't have to be here. It's for right now, it's still a free world. So if they don't like how I speak about God and religion and separate the two, hey, who am I to say that's not real for them? That's how they feel. And I will respect that because I can agree to disagree. But anyway, your mission also is the thing God trusts you with because he knows you will survive the process. That means if he brought you to it, he'll bring you through it. That's what that means. It is not just like, oh, he gonna leave me out here to hang and dry. No, it's not that at all. It's it's he knows you got that. He chose you for a specific reason because you were the person to get the job done. Can't nobody else do that job like you're gonna do the job. It's like with your purpose. Can't nobody do your purpose the way you're gonna do your purpose. Can't nobody, whatever your purpose is. So let's say your purpose is to feed the 5,000. Let's just say that. Ain't nobody gonna feed the 5,000 like you feed them. Somebody might feed 4,999. Some people might feed 500. But your mission, but your purpose is to feed the 5,000. Because he gave that to you because he know you gonna get it done. Same thing with our missions. We're not given anything that he know we can't handle. And that's with life in general. So basically, in this season you're in, if the only thing you can do is obey, release, relax, and rest, you're doing enough. You're doing enough. It don't have to be a difficult thing. It don't have to be something that, you got to go out here and stand on top of your head, do cartwheels. It's not that, my love. It's none of those things. It's just simply being obedient to fulfill your mission. If God called you to it, he already accounted your fear that you might have, your humanity, and he still chose you. Don't forget that part. Don't be like, I'm too small, too little, too poor, too rich. The house doesn't look big enough. Don't do it. Just be obedient in this season and fulfill your mission. You know how y'all watch Mission Impossible and pick it up. I'm sorry, my Invisaligns be getting me all tongue-tied. But y'all know how y'all watch Mission Impossible And you know how Tom Cruise was, nope, any means necessary. He was fulfilling that mission. He did it with fear. He did it with I don't even know, because he's like, he didn't have no fear. He just did it. And that's what you have to do in this season. You just have to do it. Get it done so you can move forward, so you can get off this same level you keep repeating. Because I promise you, the more missions you fulfill to get higher to your purpose, the easier it will become to fulfill your purpose. Like I said, this is a mission. This is not always comfortable to me. Sitting here sometimes talking to a blank screen, or 3 people or 7 people. You know, I'm a content creator. I do videos, but I can cut the video, restart it if I mess up, do it again, perfection. If I'm on set, 'cause I'm also an actress and a comedian. If I'm on set, acting, they can cut, I can start over. When I'm on stage, I can't start over. Well, I could tell the joke over, but it won't hit the same. But so I don't do that. But doing this right here, this is uncomfortable for me. And it's stretching me. Because sometimes I don't always have the words to formulate. And I keep my notes because I'm just like, what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do. I try to read the chat and try to respond. So it's just like, and I got ADHD. I always say this every live. I have ADHD. And I take my medicine early in the morning, so it's don't work by now. So my mind is like, bing, 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 bing. You see, I don't jump off the topic. But like this right here is a mission. Everybody's not going to receive it. You know why? Because it's not for everybody. It's for the specific people that God said it was for. And this is a mission that I'm going to fulfill no matter how I feel I look, how I feel I sound, how I feel I'm delivering it. I got to do it. When I did my last live on Sunday, Relationship Over Religion, I was flustered. I was upset. My equipment wasn't working. Nothing just was together. And I was upset. And I felt like I had wrote everything down. I had what I was pointing out, and I didn't read none of that. I just kind of like just free fall. And I remember when I went to bed that night, I said, I was speaking to myself, and I said, I'm going to delete it and redo it. And I told my husband, I'm going to delete it and redo it. So my cousin that. And I heard God speak to me. He said, are you doing this for me, or are you doing it for you? And I paused. He said, because if you're looking for perfection, you're not ready for your calling yet. He didn't say this calling is not for you, because it's still my purpose and my mission. But he said, yet, if you're looking for perfection, you're not ready yet. And I said, God, I'm ready. And I left it. And I went to bed. That was me being obedient. Because, again, your missions are divine assignments. Your purpose is a divine assignment. It's not about you. It's not about the success. It's about the legacy. It's about the people. It's about the lives that will be saved. That's what it's about. It's never about you. It's bigger than you. I need everybody to understand that. And if you do it right, and if you're obedient enough, you'll keep walking on the road to fulfill your missions. No matter who you got to leave behind, no matter what can't go, you will get that mission done. Also, no matter how uncomfortable it is, like me, you'll get it done. I promise you that. And while you're doing it, while you're on the road to fulfill it, don't look back. It's nothing back there. Don't look back. Don't look back at who you left, what you left, how you left it. Don't look back. Don't be Lot's wife and turn into a pillar of salt. Do not look back. It is nothing back there. Keep going forward. I promise you, you're not losing nothing backwards, but you are losing everything if you don't keep going forward. Anyway, I love you guys. Until next time, keep becoming. And again, if you liked this live today, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We're going to get it together in a few more lives, few more months. We're going to get this together. We're going to really be butterflies in the becoming together. Anyway, good night, loves.